What if a Sith Lord, who had been dead for over 5,000 years, could be brought back to life? Imagine standing in the Valley of the Dark Lords on Korriban, feeling the ground shake as the spirit of Marka Ragnos, one of the most powerful Sith in history, claws his way back into the galaxy. But who would dare attempt such a resurrection? How could fragments of the old empire be twisted into a fanatical cult? And what role did Luke Skywalker's new Jedi play in stopping this threat before it was too late? Today we're uncovering the story of the Disciples of Ragnos, a Sith cult obsessed with reviving an ancient Dark Lord and spreading chaos across the galaxy. The Cult of Ragnos, also known as the Disciples of Ragnos, rose from the ashes of the Empire Reborn movement. Its leader was Tavion Axmis, former apprentice of the Dark Jedi Desann. After Desann's defeat at the hands of Kyle Katarn and Luke Skywalker, Tavion survived, humiliated but still burning with ambition. She gathered the remnants of Desann's Reborn, mercenaries and darkside fanatics, transforming them into a new organisation. Their goal wasn't just conquest, it was resurrection. They believed Marka Ragnos, the Dark Lord of the Sith, who had ruled until shortly before the Great Hyperspace War, could be brought back from death. If Desann had been dangerous enough, what would it mean if someone even more ancient, more rootless, and far more powerful could return to the galaxy? The Sith always find a new way to return, from Palpatine's cloning to cults like this one. Do you think the galaxy would have survived if Marka Ragnos had actually been resurrected? Comment below, I'd love to hear your take. The Disciples of Ragnos weren't a random band of followers. Tavion shaped them into a military and religious order. Sith cultists formed the bulk of the group. Their power came from a dark artifact known as the Scepter of Ragnos, which Tavion used to siphon force energy from sacred sites. Cultists specialised in force powers. Some wielded force lightning, others relied on force drain, grip, or even healing and protection. Their combat roles were identified by the colours of their suits: green for blaster users, blue for lightning, red for drain, orange for lightsaber specialists. The new Reborn, survivors of Desann's original force, brought elite skill in lightsaber dueling and raw force power. They were far deadlier than cult initiates, often deployed on critical missions. At the top were Reborn Masters, the most skilled of all, rarely seen except in missions of highest importance. In essence, Tavion had fused dark mysticism with militarized hierarchy. But here's the chilling question. Were these cultists true believers in Ragnos' spirit, or just opportunists chasing the promise of power? Tavion's ambitions crystallized around the Scepter of Ragnos, an ancient weapon capable of absorbing and redistributing force energy. With it, she could drain power from sacred sites steeped in the force, both light and dark. Her followers travelled across the galaxy. Yavin 4's Massassi temples, still heavy with Sith energy. The caves of Dagobah, infused with the fear and darkness Luke once faced. Even Jedi-aligned sites like tombs on Chandrila or the icy world of Hoth. Every ounce of stolen energy was stored for one final ritual, the resurrection of Marka Ragnos inside his tomb on Korriban. But here lies the danger. If the Force is life itself, what happens when its raw essence can be siphoned and weaponized? If you're enjoying this deep dive into the darker corners of Star Wars lore, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We explore hidden histories and forgotten legends of the galaxy every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. The Jedi Praxium on Yavin 4, led by Luke Skywalker, quickly realised something was wrong. Tavion's agents were raiding planets across the galaxy, leaving trails of chaos. Kyle Katarn and his new apprentice, Jaden Korr, were dispatched on missions to investigate. On worlds like Tatooine, Corellia, and Biss, Jaden clashed with cultists and mercenaries, uncovering fragments of Tavion's plan. Eventually, the cult even managed to capture Katarn's other apprentice, Rosh Pennin, and turn him to the dark side. This wasn't just about ancient relics anymore. Tavion was corrupting the next generation of Jedi, twisting them into her disciples. Could the Jedi Order withstand a wave of corruption from within, or would Tavion's cult tear it apart before it had the chance to grow? Everything came to a head on Korriban. In the Valley of the Dark Lords, Tavion brought her cult, backed by Imperial remnant forces, to Marka Ragnos' tomb. Luke Skywalker himself warned, if Ragnos is resurrected, there's no telling what he might be able to do. The Jedi launched a desperate assault, clashing with cultists in battles not seen since the new Sith Wars. Outnumbered, the Jedi fought through sands and tombs, while Jaden Korr cut a path deeper into the valley. Inside the tomb, Tavion succeeded. The spirit of Marka Ragnos rose and possessed her body. With an ancient Sith sword in her hand, she released the fury of a long-dead Dark Lord. But Jaden fought and defeated Tavion, shattering the scepter. Ragnos' spirit, furious and impotent, was forced back into the void. Tavion's body collapsed lifeless, and its cult's power crumbled with the loss of their artifact. Yet, as the dust settled, one question lingered. Was Ragnos truly gone, or merely waiting for another chance to return? Though broken, the Cult of Ragnos did not vanish entirely. Survivors fled to the Maw, where they encountered the mysterious Mindwalkers of Sinkhole Station. There, they blended their dark teachings with the esoteric practice of mindwalking, ensuring their philosophy would live on. And in the dark side ending of Jedi Academy, Jaden Korr himself could choose to claim the scepter, kill Tavion, and even defeat his master, Kyle Katarn, showing how close the cult's dream of Sith rebirth truly came to reality. The Disciples of Ragnos remind us of one haunting truth. In Star Wars, the past never stays buried. The Cult of Ragnos represents one of the most dangerous ideas in Star Wars lore, that ancient Sith legacies can still shape the future thousands of years after death. So what do you think? Was the cult nothing more than desperate fanatics clinging to a dead Sith Lord? Or did Tavion truly come close to unleashing a power the galaxy wasn't ready for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next week, we are diving in to the Ang-Teen monks, Star Wars' most mysterious Force mystics. You won't want to miss it. If you are enjoying these videos, consider becoming a channel member, and let's uncover the galaxy's biggest secrets together. Thanks for watching.